we interrupt our usual favorite foot fetish themed footage to ask 3 vital questions. Is my nose broken? Did the shark do it? How many times has it been broken? Would I be asking if it was only once? Put your guess in the comments. Whoever gets it right wins undying glory. Final question. How can you tell if your nose is broken? I'm going to try to get through this in fewer takes than I've had nose breaks. I'm not in the mood to do much editing because reasons. Books and movies portray broken noses as spouting blood. In my experience, yes, I have experience. It depends on where the break is. When my septum breaks, the room tends to look like a crime scene within seconds. Rephrased, bring a mop and some disinfectant. But if the break is towards the bridge or side of the nose, it's hit and miss. Pardon the pun. There might be blood up in the nostrils, but it won't always drip out enough for other people to realize that your noggin got a flaw in it, especially if your nose has some pre-existing congestion to block the flow. Similarly, sometimes there's a noticeable bruise around your nose and eyes. Other times the break is sneaky and won't leave any traces. I don't know how it manages it. Next, if you notice your friend is minimizing talking and is speaking with as little facial movement as possible, you should ask after the well-being of her nose. If you're a parent concerned about your child's nose, body language can give you a lot of clues. If I'm able to eat, chew, or suck on a straw without significant pain, then I declare my nose battered but not broken. Disclaimer. This video's content is based on my own experiences, plural. If you want medical advice, get it from a doctor, not me, or the shark. If your face also harbors a broken nose, or even a suspect broken nose, congratulations on breaking a bone that you don't actually use. But still, you should probably get it checked out by a doctor. It's no surprise that the internet says that fights, contact sports, and auto accidents are the most common causes of nose breaks. Individuals with autism and ADHD really should be on that list. In my personal experience, they're the leading cause of my nose breaks. And they always wait to strike until I'm semi-conscious, sick, have my hands full, or for some other reason am incapable of finishing the sentence. I told you I'm not doing a lot of takes, so that stays. And incapable of blocking my face. Thanks, kids. The worst time of year to break a nose is in winter. Next time, remind me to break it in summer. You see, broken noses are allergic to sub-freezing temperatures. Just ask mine. I hate the cold. If you dislike having a broken nose, offset that negativity by giving this video a like. It'll help my nose heal faster. For the first few days, it isn't just a general ache. When I step outside, minus the stepping, and the cold air hits my face, I feel it in exactly the spot where the fracture is. Winter is also a bad time for breakages because you're more likely to catch the stomach flu or a cold. I'm actually coming down with a cold right now, if you can't tell by my voice. The last thing your nose wants is for you to blow it or throw up. Too much pressure. Oh. Oh. Speaking of which, I always feel congested soon after breaking my nose. I'm not sure how much of it is true congestion versus swelling narrowing the nasal passages, but it's miserable. It can make your nostrils feel blocked and like it's hard to breathe. And yes, if your nose is visibly swollen, that's a bad omen. Blood-tinged nasal discharge is also an unfavorable sign. Whilst on the subject of obvious signs, an audible crack is a bit of a clue. That said, if your hearing is bad or you were in a noisy place when you got hit, you might not know whether your nose cried out in pain. Everything we've discussed so far isn't a guarantee of a broken nose. Surely there's some surefire way of diagnosing a broken nose before going to the doctor. There is. If your nose is in a different location from where you last saw it, It's broken. Wasn't that simple? Noses don't always go watering when they break, but if yours has moved, then that, my friend, looks like a displaced fracture to me. I've had 3 times where I heard a small crack and wondered whether my nose had a hairline fracture, but I wasn't entirely sure. I don't count those instances in my nose break statistics. I only count the times when my nose was definitely 100% broken. I know because I've had to move the thing back 1 time too many. So how many times has my poor nose been broken?
This is your last chance to put your guess in the comments for a chance at winning undying glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie's nose break record is 10. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. As of last night, I've made it to the double digits and broken my record along with my nose. If you want the stories that go along with those 10 breaks, tell me in the comments and I'll oblige. Otherwise, I'll assume noses are boring and keep my stories to myself. My face hurts. I'm going to bed. Forgot my foot. If I make the broken nose storytime video, I'll link it here. Or if you didn't ask for a nose storytime, then entertain yourself with this video about something even more broken than my nose.